This is an alien giant that was just captured by humans. The military rushed in 3 massive steel plates, each over 100 meters tall. They sealed him completely inside a narrow metal container. After making sure he was cut off from the outside world, the military immediately used an underground tunnel to transport the alien to a base 100 meters below ground. The scientists planned to break him into 1,800 pieces, trying to steal the advanced technology of his civilization. However, they never saw this coming. This alien life form was actually formed by swarms of nano-black insects. When a worker magnified the replaced diamond drill bit 10,000 times, they could clearly see countless nano-insects chewing through the bit, and they had a terrifying ability to reproduce. In just a few seconds, they could split into countless individuals. At that moment, the lab inspector noticed something was wrong. A drill bit tougher than diamond was being devoured at a speed visible to the naked eye. The inspector froze in shock. He turned and tried to run from the scene, but the officer outside suddenly stopped him because the insects had already seeped through his protective suit. If they let him leave now, the entire base would face a catastrophic disaster. The inspector started screaming for help. The officer chose to ignore him. In less than a minute, the inspector was completely swallowed by the swarm and collapsed dead inside the lab. But right after that, something even worse happened. The high-strength steel cables restraining the alien giant started corroding at a terrifying speed. Even the hardened bulletproof glass began to show eerie cracks. Seeing the situation spiraling out of control, the officer decisively hit the incineration button. Flames at over 1,000 degrees burned non-stop for 5 minutes. However, when the smoke cleared, the alien was still completely unharmed. Then he slowly raised both hands. Just as everyone was overwhelmed with fear, he suddenly broke apart into countless nano-insects and launched an attack on the humans. The officer spun around, trying to escape, but the lab had already been sealed from the outside, and no one was allowed to leave.
Open the door! This facility has been sealed. No one leaves.
Next, the nano-insects tore through the bulletproof glass at an insane speed. In only a few seconds, everything around them was swallowed whole. Outside, the armored unit standing ready still had no idea the inside had turned into hell on Earth. Then, the unbelievably solid alloy steel door was eaten through in seconds. In the next moment, a massive flood of nano-insects burst out.
Get task force! AJ!
But the terrifying part was this. When these nano-insects were attacked, they would instantly split into even more individuals. The heavier the firepower, the faster they multiplied. The soldiers realized it was over and began to retreat, but it was already too late. In an instant, the entire armored unit was drowned by the insect tide. When the commander checked the satellite map, not a single soldier was left alive. The scene was beyond terrifying. At the same time, the enormous swarm was moving south. A truck driver had just noticed strange cracks spreading across his windshield. In the next second, his truck was swallowed instantly and vanished from the highway without a trace. Wherever the nano-insects passed, everything became fuel for them to grow even stronger. Even a massive stadium that could hold tens of thousands of people was erased in the blink of an eye. Then the swarm surged toward densely populated cities. Humanity was about to face an unprecedented catastrophe. But at this moment, there was one mysterious man, and only he knew how to kill these insects.